Welcome to Algebra 2. We begin our course on page 1 of our textbook. Our textbook consists of 13 units. Our first unit, Algebraic Essentials Review, we begin with Lesson 1, Variables, Terms, and Expressions. Starting with review of Algebra 1, important vocabulary to know. A variable is a quantity that is unknown or can change within a problem, represented by a letter. We're familiar with that. Our usual letters are X or Y. A term is a single number, so it could be a single number or combinations of numbers and variables using only multiplication or division. For example, 3x squared y divided by, 3x squared divided by y. This is an example of a term. An expression is a combination of terms using addition and subtraction, also known as a polynomial. For example, 5x squared plus 3x minus 10. An equation is a statement that the values of two expressions are equal, indicated by the equal sign symbol. (7x plus 2 equals 3x) is an example of an equation. The coefficient is the number in front of a variable. If I have the term 5x squared, its coefficient is 5. Like terms, two or more terms that have the same variables raised to the same powers. Same variables raised to the same powers. (3ab squared) negative 17ab squared. These are like terms. The same variables, a, b, and the same powers, b squared. To combine like terms, you simply combine the coefficients and carry along the same variables and powers. I circled the 3 because that's the coefficient, and the negative 17 is the coefficient. An expression with one term is a monomial. An expression with two terms is a binomial. And an expression with three terms is a trinomial. Hopefully you recall these terms: monomial, binomial, trinomial. The degree of a term. Is determined by the exponent of the variable in that term. For example, the expression x squared has an exponent of 2, so it is a term to the second degree. The expression negative 2x to the fifth, the exponent is 5, so the term is of degree 5. And the expression 8 is a monomial that is a constant with no variable. Its degree is 0. A polynomial is in standard form when the terms are written in order of the degree from highest to lowest, left to right. Consider the expression 2x squared plus 3x minus 7. Is this in standard form? Degree 2, degree 1, degree 0. So yes, this is in standard form. How many terms are in this expression? There are 3 terms, 2x squared, 3x, and negative 7. What is the leading coefficient? The leading coefficient, since this is what we call standard form, is the number in front of our first term, which in this case our first term is 2x squared. The leading coefficient is 2. The degree of the polynomial is the highest of the degrees of each term, in which case this is the highest degree is 2. The constant term, the constant has no variable associated with it, so their constant is a negative 7. Evaluate this expression without a calculator when x equals negative 3. Show our calculations. Take our expression above, and for each x, we replace our x with negative 3. We have 2 parentheses negative 3 squared plus 3 parentheses negative 3 minus 7. Negative 3 squared, remember, we do parentheses first, then exponents, so there's nothing to do inside of our parentheses here. So exponents, negative 3 squared is 9. Bring down the 2. 2 times 9 is 18. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. And minus 7, I'll just bring that down to the bottom. And 18 minus 9 is 9, subtract 7 is 2. Remember, that was PEMDAS. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, whichever comes first, going from left to right, and then addition or subtraction, whichever comes first from left to right. What is the sum of this expression with the expression 5x squared minus 12x plus 2? And let me bring down our expression 2x squared plus 3x minus 7, placing it in line with its like terms. So our 2x squared will go right beneath our 5x squared because those terms are alike. Negative or positive 3x beneath 12x, and minus 7 beneath our other constant 2. And now we combine like terms by simply combining the coefficients and bringing down the variables and exponents. So 5 plus 2 is 7, x squared. Negative 12x and positive 3x is a negative 9x. And positive 2 and negative 7 is negative 5. To combine like terms, we just add the coefficients and leave the variables and powers unchanged. Add coefficients, leave powers, variables and powers unchanged. An example is worked out for us. We have 4x squared y plus 6x squared y, x squared y. Variables and powers are the same, so we simply take the 4 plus the 6, the coefficients. That's 10. Carry along the variable and power, 10x squared y. Next, simplify 8 parentheses 2x plus 3 plus 5 parentheses 3x plus 1. To simplify means to perform all operations. So we have nothing to do inside parentheses here. Again, we're following PEMDAS. Nothing to do in parentheses. There's no exponents, so we have multiplication. So this is 8 times 2x plus 3. We distribute the 8 over the parentheses. 8 times 2x is 16x. 8 times a positive 3 is positive 24. And let's take our 5, distribute that. 5 times 3x is 15x. And 5 times 1 is 5. And then we combine our like terms. 16x plus 15x is 31x. And 24 plus 5 is 29. So we have simplified this expression to the binomial 31x plus 29. Right? Binomial is 2 terms. We say that these 2 expressions are equivalent. And this concludes our first lesson. Thank you for your attention.